The people at Xtool have kindly sent me this OBD scanner. It's not just for my car, I'm going to be using it to help us with the new car series. I'm going to be checking a couple of cars out, making sure that they've got as little issue as I possibly can. But I thought I'd try it out first of all on my car. It was dead easy to set up, literally log in with an email and a password, and I think you get 3 years worth of support with the actual Xtool device itself. I've already plugged it in. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to peel this off. As you can see, it's brand new. No fingerprints on the screen yet, and we're going to auto scan. I don't know whether you've got to turn the car on. Is it just ignition? As normal, haven't read any of the instructions. So what I actually had to do, as normal, without reading the instructions, I had to update everything. I suppose it's like a mobile phone when you first get it, that you've got to update all the different new software. So I've done that now. Let's have a little look. So we've got the ignition on with the car, and you'll see just how quickly it boots up. It's the first time I've done it since we've updated all the firmware. The screen, let's see how wipeable the screen is. That's good. Gets rid of the fingerprints really quick. I always keep microfiber cloths in the car with me, obviously for all the mirrors. Not expecting any faults with my car, but you never know. I had a few problems with the Golf, as it's quite loud. I did quickly have a look at the settings, and you can turn the sounds down and the brightness of the screen. So we're all booted up, we're all done. Let's just try it. Auto scan. Connecting, scanning. That was quick. Vehicle information, it's told me the VIN, focus, model year, capacity, all good. Is that it? Finished? Okay, so I'm going to go through all of the things that's on here. Anti-lock braking system pass, restraint control module pass, body control module pass, instrument panel control module pass. Everything on here is pass, 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 pass. Read DCT. Nothing found, so no faults are found. It obviously gives you the chance to clear any faults as well, so that looks pretty good. All as expected for my car. Now let's go and try it on something that probably has got a fault and see what it picks up. Right everyone, at last I've found a vehicle that I can have a go of my Xtool scanner with. I've done the test on my car and nothing came up. It was totally clear. But one of my neighbours has asked me, they've got an engine management light on their car, so they've asked me to have a little look at it, so I'm going to have a go. Hopefully it brings up some information, sheds some light on exactly what is wrong with this. The engine management light on this BMW 2 Series has been on for about 3 weeks. I don't know anything about it, got no idea. And what I've said to George, one of my neighbours, is I'm not going to wipe any codes. I'm just doing this so he's got an idea of what is wrong with his car, and it can give you a heads up if you're taking it to a garage and you're then not going to be potentially ripped off, because you've got an idea of what it is before we even start. Okay, here we go. So auto scan, connecting, there we go, authenticating, reading VIN, pretty quick. Yeah, it's got that. Scanning. Before entering diagnostic mode, please make sure the vehicle is safely parked. It is. Make sure the engine is turned off and the ignition switch is on. It is. During scanning, the device will force the vehicle's ignition switch off and turn on the ignition switch. Tap OK to continue. OK. There we go. It's quite quick. You're seeing on the display this car's not due a service for 3,400 miles. I know with this device you can, there you go, I've just pressed scan straight away. Bam. On it straight away. How quick was that? Wow. Diagnostic, read trouble code. Okay, you can save all these as well. I am going to save all these, but I'm just going to quickly have a little look through them and see what it's come up with. Parking assist, what's that one? Read trouble code. Receive PMA transmitter. I don't think that's anything serious. I'm no expert anyway, but primary domain controller, diagnostic, read trouble code, deactivation of terminal 30B. That's a battery situation, I think. Anyway, don't know. I'm going to find out. I'm going to see how easy it is to actually read these codes on. I'm just going to type them into Google. Someone said to me that's the best way to do it. This is the one, the engine system. It says here mixture control, mixture too lean, deviation too high. So there's obviously a problem with the fueling, and that's what I'm suspecting is causing the engine management light to be on. So I'm definitely not going to clear these. You can clear the codes quite easily. Look, clear all DTCs. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to save all these to the device. It's easily done. I know you can send these to people by email as well. I'm going to make sure to do that to George, so George has got a heads up when he takes it to the garage. I'm going to go and have a little look to see exactly what these faults are. But all in all, how easy was that to use? Would it be something that I would make massive use of though? I actually don't think so. My cars that I have are pretty new. Mine are still under warranty, so if I had any issues, I think I'd just take it to a garage. However, sometimes warning lights can come up on your dashboard that then could cause me, in my scenario, not to be able to take a pupil for a driving test. If it wasn't too serious, I'd be tempted to clear that code, get the light off, and then get it looked at after. Anyway, let's go and find out what all these codes mean. These are two of the PDF generated reports. The left one's for parking assist and the right one's for automotive information computer. I don't think these were the cause of the engine management light, so we're going to ignore them. But the other two reports do need looking at though. And this is what I found on Google about this code. It typically means that the car's power supply or distribution system is experiencing an issue, potentially leading to reduced power or problems with the car starting or running properly. Does that tie in with the next fault? Let's have a look at it. This report is to do with the engine system, and 3 of the 4 fault codes are all to do with the fuel-air mixture. And my search on Google backed this up, but it also added possible causes, which included vacuum leaks, faulty injectors, or in fact low fuel pressure. A good starting point if you were thinking about fixing it. With how I operate my cars regarding their maintenance, in relation to me sending it to garages to go and get the work done, this X-Tools scanner would not be something that I would make use of. I wouldn't say that it's not good. No, it's not. It worked brilliantly. It passed the test. It passed the I'm not going to read the instructions test. And for me, that's really, really important. It did exactly what it should do. It was quick. It was efficient. You've got 3 years worth of updates. I'm not actually sure what goes on after that, to be totally honest, but I'm sure there may very well be a subscription service. That's just me guessing, but it's a good unit, and I'd like to say a massive thanks to X-Tool for sending it across. It was an interesting experiment for me, but in the end it probably proved a little worthless, even with how George was going to go off and get his car sorted. he will have to take it to a garage. George is quite similar to myself in the fact that he's not going to repair the vehicle himself, and that's it really. Would there be a little use for it? Like I said, if one of my instructors had an engine management light come on just before test, yes, but it's been discussed. Me and Liz have discussed it. Should we keep it? Should we not? Even if one of our instructors did have that particular problem, yes, it could probably clear the code, but am I going to be available? And I couldn't guarantee it. So it's a waste of time, it just sitting in the house or in my car doing nothing. So I'd like someone to get use out of it. Now, I'm sure many of you know my affiliation with Carla Lane Animals in Need. It's where we got our cats from, it's where we got Callie, my cane Corso, from, and I'm a big supporter of the charity and the work that they do. So what I've decided to do with this X-Tool scanner is I'm going to put it up on eBay. I'll leave a link in the description. This scanner itself, they're about 400 quid, so it's a decent piece of kit. But whatever we can get for it on eBay, I'm going to give straight to Carla Lane. So if it's something that you would make use of, please stick a bid in. Even if we get half of the retail price for it, don't forget it's brand new apart from me doing a couple of scans. Even if we got half of its retail price, it's a bargain for whoever gets it, and a decent charity gets a few quid. So I think that's the best solution. Thanks a lot for tuning in towards the end. The support that I've got from my driving community is amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. If you haven't done already, please press that subscribe button because it does help. I'll see you all soon.